Aloha friends, and welcome to my channel, Tasty Healthy. Today we are making one of my favorite soups, carrot soup. And it's a lot of carrots, about 4 cups of carrots. Comes in, the bag that I got it in came in 32 ounce, so 4 cups. It's easier if you buy the larger size of carrots, but if you have the smaller, that's okay too. And I'm going to start by rough chopping 4 cups of carrots. Cut off your ends, and I like to chop it into about 3 sizes. 2 slices. And if you've been with us for a while, you know one of my mottos is fresh is best. And that means that I do my best to always eat all the food I buy on the first day. If not, the second. And then whatever I haven't eaten by the second day definitely goes into the freezer. But if you can eat it the first day and freeze it the first day, your leftovers on the first day, that is always the best. The longer food sits, the more bacteria grows and the more allergens build up and the more allergic reactions happen in the body, the more it breaks down the body. So there's definitely nutrition in all food, but the most nutrition comes in the fresh food that you get the same day. And if you have a garden at home or trees, that is definitely better, way better nutrition straight off the vine at peak ripeness. Usually the frozen stuff, they pick at peak ripeness and they freeze, so sometimes the frozen is even better than the stuff that you find on the shelf at the grocery store. So I've started using a lot of frozen ingredients, but it just depends on the ingredients and how well they freeze. So 4 cups of carrots, and then we are going to go ahead and put these in the steamer. I usually use a rice cooker, and you can purchase it below in the notes if you like. I think it is likely the most common appliance that people have around the world to cook with, so that's one of the reasons I'm using it. And I started using a rice cooker in college, and I still love using it to cook things in. So a lot of people don't know you can cook in a rice cooker, but it does quite a bit, and the steamer is pretty amazing. So now we're going to add some onions, 2 onions, and I love using sweet onions. If I don't say otherwise in my videos, I usually use sweet onions the most out of all the onions. Just gives it a nice sweet flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. I like using coconut oil because you can cook it at a higher heat and it won't damage the natural components of coconut oil. Olive oil, you have to cook it at a very low heat in order not to damage it. So 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and 2 sweet onions. You can use any of the yellow, white onions, but I really love using sweet onions, so that's what we're using here. And then 2 bell peppers, My favorite are the red ones, so if you have the red ones, go ahead and use the red ones. They just give it such a nice, rich, delicious flavor. So, but today I have a yellow and an orange, so we're using yellow and orange. Use what you have, and go ahead and cut out all the seeds and the top. It's actually easier if you just rinse off the peppers to get off all the seeds after you've cut it all off, because usually it leaves behind some remnants, a few extra little seeds. Go ahead and cut all those off. Go ahead, you can just rough chop it. I like to slice, but you can just rough chop. It doesn't have to look amazing or be perfect. And all of the recipes that I cook help people to maintain their optimal wellness, help you to avoid any kind of allergic reactions in the body, inflammation. If you've had COVID and you have post-COVID symptoms, I don't know anybody that's had COVID that has not had post-COVID symptoms. It's as far as I know, it's an inflammatory disease, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving any advice, but yeah, these recipes are definitely for people who have already had COVID and they're having inflammatory response, or really anyone that's having any kind of inflammation, whether that's acne to, you know, pretty much anything. Everything starts with inflammation. So, and usually by late 30s to late 40s, most people have some kind of inflammation in the body that they're dealing with on a consistent basis. So it's really good to make all of these recipes and only use these kinds of ingredients. They really help your body to stay calm and not to have any of those kind of inflammatory or allergic reactions in the body. And now we're adding 5 cloves of garlic, and we are adding 2 inches of fresh ginger, and about a tablespoon of turmeric. With this soup, I like to use about a finger size, like my pointer finger. Just depends on, you know, how much you like in your soup. But I usually use the turmeric root about the size of my pointer finger, about 2 to 3 inches. And I think it's really is best to put the turmeric root in with the carrots when you are steaming the carrots. And the ginger and the garlic can go in with the sweet onions and the bell peppers. Okay, and now we are adding 3 cups of water. And we're going to add 1 pinch of salt. You can add more later. I'm definitely pro salt. It's good if it's organic Himalayan salt, sea salt. I also do kosher sea salt, sometimes kosher salt. Rarely table salt, but sometimes, just depends. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put the carrots in after we sauteed the onions and the bell peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and add the carrots back in and blend. And this immersion blender is also in the bottom in the notes. I decided after this recipe I likely will add it to a bowl, because for some reason this immersion blender likes to kind of connect with the bottom. It kind of suctions down to the bottom of the pan and scratches it. So I think it's better if you add it to a bowl and then blend in like a glass bowl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend all of that up. Get it nice and smooth. And if you've been enjoying these videos, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more of the same, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to know when my next video comes out, go into your notifications. If you have a notification bell, you can hit the notification bell. If not, you can go into settings and notifications and turn on your notifications, and then you will see as soon as my next video comes out. Each time I add a video, you'll be able to get a notification and see it right away. So just adding in some salt here. Go ahead and stir it in. Then you always want to bring the soup to a boil after you have it back in the rice cooker. And then after you bring it to a boil, it's all ready to go. You can go ahead and serve it up. Such a delicious, yummy soup. I was actually surprised this one was so good, but I think the carrots give it a really nice flavor, and of course the bell peppers as well, especially if you use the red bell peppers. So go ahead and serve that up. Throw a little bit of spring onions on top for garnish. And there you go. Mahalo. Thank you, friends, for joining us here on Tasty Healthy. And aloha.